My wall is wider than my door jamb. Let me show you how to fix it. So what I've done is I've cut a little piece that's 3/4 of an inch by 1/2 an inch, and I'm just going to glue it to my cut door casing. On this door casing, what I'm doing is a craftsman style, so there's going to be a flat piece on the top. I'm not mitering it, but this would work if you're mitering it. So let's go ahead and nail it in, or at least attempt to nail it in.
Battery's already dead.
So I'll go ahead and grab a couple new batteries. Yeah, spoiler alert, not only were these 3 batteries dead, but all 5 batteries that I own were dead. So let's finish this one up with some clamps, and we'll do a full process on the other piece, starting here real quick. For some reason, the drywallers doubled up their sheetrock in this little pantry that we have here. So this is my fix. I could take down the door and extend the jamb, but it's an old door. I don't really want to deal with that, and it's inside a pantry, so this seems like a good enough fix. Plus, I think it looks all right. So now we can nail it. Pop those all in. And then we're going to sand it. Now, something that you can do to avoid having to put this extra glue like I did is just make sure you glue up to the edge, and when you put your pieces together, have a little bit squeeze out. And this just makes it so that when you go to sand it, the dust goes and fills in those edges, and you have a flawless, smooth transition between the two pieces. I'm just going to go in and put a little more glue in some spots that have a gap still, and then I'll sand it, and the dust and glue will mix and create a putty, and then it'll be really smooth once it's painted. Now, most of this was sanding. I cut out a solid minute of sanding. Go ahead and test the piece for a fit, and the drywall is in the way. It's not letting me have the reveal that I want on this door. So let's mark a little line, just freehand it, and then I'll come in with the oscillator and take that out. That's all oscillated out. Let's check the fit. Perfect. We've got a nice reveal here. So I'll just hit that in with some nails. I usually try to get one nail in the jamb itself and then one nail into the stud behind the drywall. I've had great luck with that. Just be careful not to shoot it through your jamb. There we go. That gap is covered, and I think it looks great. So let's repeat that process one more time with the top piece. I'll go ahead and mark where I want the ends of this to be. I can't have it extend the entire way because then I would have to cut away a lot more drywall. So I'm just going to have it extend to where it's covered by that lower piece. Go ahead and nail it in again. Smooth out the glue, and then we'll hit it with a little bit of sandpaper. I have 80 grit on here. That was good enough for this MDF that I've been working with. We'll take that in. Here's a little tour of the project. So I'm going to throw this piece in, and once it's painted, it really shouldn't draw your eye. It'll just look like a slightly thicker piece of trim, and I think it's a pretty simple fix for this situation.